What makes you happy?
Toys.
What makes you sad?
Something that I mess up with, nothing.
When you mess up something that makes you sad?
When I do it right, I can mess up, but when I do it again, I try it again.
Hi guys, my name is Kayla. What I basically think my mental health means to me is taking care of yourself. Like getting your nails done, your toes done, your hair done, and also treating yourself. Like taking yourself out on a nice date by yourself. Nobody else has to be there. By yourself, and just, it gives you time to think and cater to yourself. Also, I think socializing with other people, like your mom, your sister, your brother, your cousin, a complete stranger. It helps.
Hi, my name is Melanie, and I'm going to do a short video on what mental health means to me. I am a domestic violence survivor, so I've dealt with PTSD and anxiety in my life. It's manageable now because I've been to therapy and I meditate and I do a lot of different techniques to eliminate a lot of stress and negativity in my life. Mental health to me means loving myself. It means putting myself first. It means understanding that if I'm not 100%, then I can't be a good spouse, that I can't be a good mother to my children. I want to give my kids the support and love that I'm able to give myself. So mental health means being okay so that I may be okay for others, so that I may give to others. My mental state is number one in my life, because if that's not okay, then nothing's okay.
Mental health to me means being able to cope with situations that are beyond my control, being able to take certain situations and not allow them to push me into an emotional strain. So what I do is try to take every situation and make the best of it. Does that always work out for me? No, not always. But guess what I do? At the end of the day, I keep it moving. And that works for me.
What does mental health mean to me? Mental health is basically the ability to cope with the normal stresses of life. It's how we deal with the stresses of life and how we get through life. Mental health is our well-being. Mental health is our state of mind. Mental health is extremely important because ultimately it determines how we interact with other people. It is important to maintain a positive and fruitful state of mind. My mental matter, your mental matter. Let's be great.
No flash.
I don't know why it's not popping on. But go ahead.
We can keep going,
Yeah,
May is Mental Health Awareness Month. So what does that mean to me? I'm so thankful that we live in a time where we get to freely and openly express how we feel. Unlike back in the day anyway, where it's so limited. And I understand that people go through a dark time and don't know how to handle it. So what does that mean? It leads to bottled up frustration to where it hurts yourself, your friends, your family, or any other loved ones. So how do you handle it? You can talk to some friends, whether you want to vent or you want to hear their opinions, or talk to a counselor or any other support system. And here's the thing. Nobody can understand or get where you're coming from, but they can at least acknowledge and care about you. How do you cope with it? Well, there's a lot of things to cope with. Self-care, doing some activities, listening to some lo-fi music, and just do some breathing exercises. Me? I have pent up frustrations, but a lot of times I talk to my friends, I'm on board, just to get my mind off things. Mental health is real, but you are not alone. And that's my take on it.
Go.
My mental matters. My mental is my sanity. It is very, very easy to lose that. You know, being a mom, being a boss, being an entrepreneur, having so many things going on at once, you can forget to take time out for you and to relax and to do what you need to do to keep your mind focused, to keep you on track. So, the thing that you should always remember is to always have somebody that you can trust to talk to. Don't hold nothing in, because holding stuff in just makes the situation worse. And also, sometimes you have to encourage your own self. If you're feeling bad and, nobody knows or nobody notices or nobody asks you how you doing, sometimes you just have to encourage yourself. Stay up, focus. My mental matters. They green. Let's go.
So what does mental health mean to us? So for me, mental health is protecting your mental well-being. It is being able to deal with the everyday in a way that's not damaging to yourself. So a lot of times we push through, we push ourselves, we overextend, we want to do and be everything, but we don't give ourselves enough time to rejuvenate so that we can push the next day. I think mental health is a very important part of your well-being, but it's very neglected as well. And the reason I think it gets neglected is because you don't really want to talk about it. You don't want to tell someone that you are depressed or that you have anxiety because it's looked at in a certain way. And you don't get the help you need because you're not expressing what you have going on. So I think there's help out there. There's things you can do to help build a more healthier mental health state, but we don't reach for it because we're scared to let someone in, to let someone know what we're dealing with. And I personally know that it can be difficult to let other people know when you're having those bad days, because if they don't understand it, then it's difficult for you to explain it. So it becomes you feel like you're worrying people, you feel like people just don't care. And it's not that they don't care, they just don't know how to help because they're not where you are. So finding the avenues to help build your mental state and to get to a place where you can deal with the everyday, to me is the first step in building your mental health.
So, just us sitting here trying to put into words to make this video kind of put us back at a pause and just sitting here listening to her talk, I realized what it was. Because when you think about not only your mental health, but just what mental health means, period, I think you really start to realize how much you neglect your mental health. We just go, pressure, until something pop. We have to do better with giving ourselves time to decompress. We have to do better with giving ourselves time to talk about and reflect on what has happened to us through our days. We have to do a better job at communicating with our loved ones, whether it's a husband, a wife, a pastor, a friend. We need to be able to talk about what happened and to share what we're feeling and different ways we use to cope with our days. We have to take time and invest in our own mental health. And to me, just thinking about making this video just pointed out to me how much just we lack in that area, because it's the last thing you think about. But the truth of the matter is, if your mental health isn't straight, if you ain't got that together, you can't help you can't help your family, and the folks in their job are going to be all right. So it's extremely important to me to monitor, look after, and tend to my mental health, so I could be here for my wife, my kids, my family, my friends, and my loved ones. And I just think we need to do a better job of keeping the discussion going. And I think this was real eye-opening to me, just how little we actually